Good afternoon, ma'am. We are a Group 5 and now we present our special project entitled The Effects of Road Widening of Mangrove Forest in Purok Ono, Tagago, Lianga, Surigao del Sur. So, before we proceed to our discussion, let me introduce myself first. My name is Smilene Alagasi, your first presenter. So, let's start. So, mangrove forest, also called a mangrove swamps. Mangrove thickets or mangals are productive methods that occurs in coastal intertidal zone. Mangrove forests grow mainly at tropical and subtropical latitude because mangroves cannot withstand freezing temperature. Many mangrove forests can be recognized by their dense tangle of rock roots that make the trees appear to be standing on silt above the water. So, nganong gitawag man siya nga mangrove swamps? Because due to their unique characteristic, there are few reasons why mangroves forest also called mangrove swamps. First is wetland environment. So, ang mangrove forest thrive in coastal areas where the land is frequently flooded by tides. Then, ang second is waterlogged soil. Mangroves grow in soil that is saturated with water, which create a swamps-like environment. Then, ang third is biodiversity of the mangroves. Like swamp, mangrove forests are known for their high biodiversity because they provide a habitat for a wide range of plants and animal species, including various types of mangrove trees, fish, bird, and other wildlife. Then, ang last is adaptation sa mangroves. Mangrove trees have a unique adaptation to survive in waterlogged condition of their habitat. Then, they have specialized root system that help them anchor and muddy soil and obtain oxygen. So, kasi sa akong giingon na ang mangrove sub is makatabang po siya sa kanang pagkuan, which is kanabitang mga storm surge or high tide sa mga kuan, then makaprotect po ni sa mga marine organism like fish. Kanang ang mga isda dito siya sa mo silong bitaw pag kanang grabe na kainit ang temperature. Then they also serve as feeding grounds of marine organisms. Roots also slow the movement of tidal waters, causing sediments to settle out of the water and build up the muddy bottoms. Then, mangroves forests stabilize the coastline, reducing erosion from storm surge, currents, waves, and tides. Then, the intricate root system of mangroves also make this forest attractive to fish and other organisms seeking food and shelter from predators. Ang roots sa mangroves kay magkuan siya sa pahinay siya sa movement sa mga sa tidal waters, then magkuan siya sa coastline kanang mag-minimize siya sa kanabitawng mga sana kanang mga nay storm surge nga magkuan mo. Ang root sa mangroves is makapakuan siya sa storm surge kanabitang inig kuan na sa mga dagko nga balod, makapahinay siya sa movement sa mga big waves kay sana currents or waves and tides sa mga kuan. Then it kanang makatabang po niya siya sa kanang labi na kanang mga kanang residents near the shore nga makakuan sa mga sana katalagay makaprotect sa ilaha ang kuan sa mangroves. Then kuan bad siya kanang pag ang mga isda bitaw kanang nay mga predator magkuan dito makadali-dali og panguan ang mga isda para dili sila makaon sa mga predator. Then there are 80 different species of mangroves, all which grow in areas with low oxygen soil where slow moving water allow fine sediment to accumulate. So mo ta kong giingon nga ang mangroves is one of the most important in marine areas kay siya ang serves as a protection sa mga marine organisms. Thank you, and the next presenter is RJ Neminso.
So, I am the next reporter. Objectives. This study to achieve the following. Determine the potential ecological consequences of road widening on a mangroves ecosystem including disruption and destruction. So, diri nimo ma-determine if nabay kuan potential ang ecological consequences sa pagkuan sa road widening sa mangrove forest including the disruption and destruction. Assess the socio-economic effect of the road widening on the local communities that depends on mangroves for subsistence activities like fishing. So, kini para ma-assess atong socio-economic sa effects sa road widening o sa mga local communities nakadepend sa mangroves nga mga activities like fishing. So, next, significance of the study. Environmental impact. Environmental impact shows the study helped to evaluate the potential environmental impact of road widening on the fragile mangrove ecosystem. Mangrove forests are vital for coastal protection, biodiversity, and carbon concentration, making it crucial to understand the consequences of any human intervention. So, ang significance diri sa among study nga gibuhat para mahibaw-an unsay mga environmental impact. Kini siya is nakatabang ni siya para ma-evaluate kung unsa ang impact sa environmental impact of sa road widening sa mga mangrove ecosystem unsay mga vital nga mga protection of sa biodiversity or mga carbon concentration to understand the unsay consequences if ang mangrove forest makuanan og road widening. And number 2, biodiversity conservation. Mangrove forests are biodiversity hotspots hosting a wide range of plant animal species. Assessing the effect of the road expansion helps identify potential threats to the species and need for conservation measure. So, kini biodiversity conservation is para ma-assess nimo unsay effect sa road expansion to unsay mga threat niya nga threat para sa mga species kuanon din siya unsay mga need conservation measure. So, mo po ning kahalagahan sa atong pagbuhat sa ani nga study ang biodiversity conservation. Sunod, sustainable development. Balancing infrastructure development with environment conservation is crucial to sustainable development. This study can inform decision makers about trade-off and importance of mitigating negative impacts. So, kinisad, kailangan po siya sa among study is sustainable development. Ang sustainable development is para mahibaw-an mo siya kung ang kaan ba para maka-decision ka or ang kining kuan or makadaot ba sa mga nabay mga negative impacts sa pagbuhat og road widening sa mangrove forest. Policy and planning. Research finding can influence policy decision, land use planning, and infrastructure development guideline. So, kini, lastly, policy and planning. So, kailangan yun ni sa atong study. Kailangan na to makuanan draon sa mga policy decisions, sa mga kuan on land use planning. Kanang kailangan na to land use planning yun kay kung kuan ba makadaot ba ni sa mangrove forest sa pagkuan sa road widening. So, ang policy and planning kailangan yun nato ni og magkuan ta og road widening sa mangrove forest. And that's all. Thank you.
So, good afternoon everyone. My name is Wilson Macalia. Our topic today is methodology. This study presented the local research design, the data gathering procedure, and the materials that we use in this study. So, this part of the study talk about the explain where the study was conducted, information, and what tools or things they use for their study. For instance, it might explain if they use survey, and interviews, or experiment to gather information. So, description of the study site. The study conducted at Porocono, Tagago, Lianga, Surigao del Sur, with a coordinate of 8.6277 and 126.0966. So, here the study tells us the about specific location where the research was carried out. It might include details like the name of place, its address, and even its exact coordinate, latitude and longitude. The study mentioned a place called Porocono, Tagago, Lianga, Surigao del Sur, and its exact location with coordinate 8.6277 and 126.0966. This helps people understand exactly where the research was conducted. So sa materials during the interview, ang ginagamit namo is survey, questionnaire, then ballpen. So, analysis. The data gathered by the researcher during the data collection process is presented, analyzed, and discussed in this study. The frequency tables show the finding as derived from the responses by the respondent to the various questions. Contained in the questionnaire followed by discussion and frequency table present the conclusion draw from the respondent answer to the different questionnaire items, which are the followed by discussion and the data were collected through in. This part of the study talk about what the researcher did with the information they collected. It might explain how they organize the data, like plotting in the tables or graphs, and then discuss what they found. Of example, for they ask people question, they might talk about how many people answered in certain ways and what they thought about those answers. For example, after collecting information from survey and interview, the researcher organized the answer into tables called frequency tables. The tables showed how often people give different answer to the question, and then the researcher talked about what this answer meant in a discussion part of their study.
Results and discussion. So the study includes the data, discussion, and findings gathered regarding the main problem, the effects of road widening on mangrove forest. So among the selected people from Purucuan, Tagago, Lianga, Surigao del Sur, there were a total of 30 respondents, 7 individuals aged 60 to 79, 19 individuals aged 40 to 59, and 4 individuals aged 20 to 39. So during our conducted study in Purucuan, Tagago, Lianga, Surigao del Sur, residents reported that road widening improved road condition, especially during rainfall. Tungod kay sa una, sa wala pa ang road widening, lisod kay ang paggawa sulod sa ilang area tungod sa lapok labi na pagting-ulan. However, this activity also resulted in habitat destruction. Tungod kay pag road widening, ang mga mangroves nga maigo sa road widening is kailangan putlon. So, ang mga coastal resources nga nagpuyo dito sa mangroves is nag-relocate sila into another area. contributing to the degradation of coastal resources. So, ang ilahang mga fish o mga shells nga naa dito sa ilahang palibot lang sa una is karon is dili na nila makuha. Kailangan na nila madto sa lain area para makuha ng mga coastal resources. So, the impact of road widening affected the distance of coastal resources availability, especially fishes that relocated farther from their original habitat. So, consequently, this influenced the accessibility of residents to their daily food sources. So, the survey findings indicate a split opinion among respondents. So, with 18 acknowledging the benefits of road widening for travel convenience and 12 expressing negative impacts on their livelihoods, particularly in gathering shellfish and fish. So, recommendations. So, improve models for protecting road impacts, enhance communication in the technical community, resolve hypotheses, and assess data. Next is conduct environmental impact assessments. So, addressing air and noise pollution, wildlife habitats, and waterways. Then, implement mitigation measures. So, engage local communities and stakeholders to understand concerns and gather input for addressing social, economic impacts. So, these recommendations aim to ensure environmentally and socially responsible road widening project.